Hello and welcome to the MCQ lecture series. In today's class, I'll be talking about some of the important multiple choice questions with respect to microeconomics, which is the special economics paper for SYBA as well as MA Part 1. So let's get started. In today's class, I'll be talking about supply and law of supply to be very precise. Let us look at the first question in relation to the same. Dash refers to the schedule of quantities of a good that firms are able to and willing to offer for sale at various prices. So what do you call such a thing? It is a schedule. Schedule particularly means a tabular representation of quantities of a good which the firms are willing to and able to offer for sale at different prices. So in one column I'm looking at the quantities of a particular good, and in the other column the prices of that particular good. And what do you call that schedule of quantities of good that the firms are able to and willing to offer for sale at various prices? Do you call that to be demand? Do you call it supply? Do you call it income or revenue? So here it is clearly mentioned that the firms are willing to put them up for sale at various prices, and therefore we are looking at the supply side of it, and therefore option B, supply, is the correct answer. So supply refers to the schedule of quantities of a good that the firms are able and willing to offer for sale at various prices. So I hope the first question is pretty much clear. Let's move to the next question, which is dash refers to the quantity of a commodity which the firms are able and willing to sell at a particular price of that commodity per se. So here I am looking at the quantity of a commodity which the firm is willing to sell but at a particular sort of price. So here whether I am looking at quantity demanded, whether I am looking at quantity supplied, quantity produced or quantity measured. So here I'm clearly looking at the quantity supplied, because here I'm particularly looking at the quantity of a commodity which the firm is willing to sell at a particular price. Here it was a generalized sense. Here what was happening in this case is that quantity supplied was in one column and the price was in one column, and you had 1, 2, 3 up till n, and price also 1, 2, 3 up till n. So here it was supply per se. In this case what I am talking about is quantity of a commodity which the firms are able and willing to sell at a particular price. So at, say for example, the price which is mentioned at this stage. So at that particular price, whenever I am looking at such a thing, you call that to be quantity supplied. So I hope this question is pretty much clear with the example of this tabular representation per se. I hope the question is pretty much clear. So therefore quantity supplied refers to the quantity of a commodity which the firms are able and willing to sell at a particular price of that particular commodity. So I hope this question is pretty much clear. Let us now move to the next question, which is talking about the quantity of a commodity that firms will be able and willing to offer for sale depends upon what? Now the quantity of a commodity which the firms are willing to sell depends upon what all things, and the underlying options are: A, it depends upon the price of that particular commodity in consideration; second, it depends upon the state of technology; it depends upon the price of related goods, that means the substitutes and complements, and all of the above. So here it is pretty much clear that the quantity of a commodity that the firms are willing and able to offer for sale depends upon all these three things. That is, it depends upon the price of that particular commodity, it depends upon the state of technology, it also depends upon the price of related goods, and therefore option D, all of the above, is the correct answer to this particular question. I hope the question is pretty much clear. I hope you got the distinction between what supply means and what quantity supplied means, and thereafter also the quantity supplied depends upon what all things. Yeah, let us now move to the next question, which is talking about, according to the law of supply, there is a dash relationship between quantity supplied and the price of the commodity. What kind of relationship exists between the price of that particular commodity and the quantity supplied of that particular commodity? Let us see. Direct relationship, inverse relationship, no relationship at all, and none of the above. So here the correct answer is there is always a direct relationship, because the law of supply says that as the price of the commodity increases, the quantity supplied is going to increase, and the converse is also true. As the price falls, the quantity supplied is going to fall. So therefore there is a direct relationship. Option A is the correct answer to this question. I hope the question is pretty much clear. Let us now move to the next question, which talks about the shape of supply curve, or the slope of supply curve to be very precise, and the question is framed in this fashion: the supply curve is a dash sloped curve, whether it is a negatively sloped curve, whether it is a positively sloped curve, whether it is a backward bending curve, or none of the above. So here, when I'm saying that there's a direct relationship between the two, that means let us assume that we are looking at the price on y-axis, quantity supplied on x-axis, and there's a direct relationship. When the price was P1, the quantity supplied was this. Okay. When the price went to P2, the quantity supplied is somewhere here. Okay, Q1, Q2. When the price went to P3, quantity supplied is Q3. Okay. So now when you join these points, you see a positively sloped curve which exists, and therefore here the answer to this question is the supply curve is a dash sloped curve. This is a positively sloping curve. Okay, this is a positively sloped curve. Therefore option B is the correct answer to question number 5. I hope you can relate to what I am talking here. I just use the law of supply to derive a supply curve, and now when we see that the supply curve is like this means it is a positively sloped curve. On the contrary, a demand curve is always a negatively sloped curve. Yeah, so this is how you can look at the supply curve or the shape of supply curve per se. I hope that question is pretty much clear. It was rather easy. Anyways, let's move to the next question, which talks about dash states that as the price of the commodity rises, the quantity supplied of it in the market increases, and as the price falls, the quantity supplied falls, ceteris paribus. That means everything else remaining constant. So this is the statement of which law? The law of demand, law of supply, law of diminishing marginal utility, law of equimarginal utility. Here it is clear that as the price of the commodity increases, there's an increase in quantity supplied, and vice versa. Okay, and vice versa. As the price falls, there's a fall in quantity supplied. Therefore it is the statement of law of supply. So law of supply states that as the price of the commodity increases, the quantity supplied of it also increases. The quantity supplied of it in the market also increases, and when the price of the commodity falls, the quantity supplied falls. It falls down. Yeah. So this is how you can look at question number 6. I hope the law of supply is pretty much clear. Here I have taken the statement of it. Here I have explained you what the law of supply particularly means with respect to the prices and how the graph would look like per se. Yeah. Let us now move to the next question, which talks about the assumptions of law of supply. Here it is clearly mentioned that which of the following denotes the assumptions of law of supply, and the underlying options are A, competitive market structure. The second is firms should aim at maximizing profit or sales revenue. There are objectives of firms. One is profit maximization and the other is sales revenue maximization. So the law of supply assumes that firms should always aim for profit maximization or sales revenue maximization. Third is the technology and prices of inputs, factor inputs, remains constant for the law of supply to play. And last is all of the above. So here if you look at it, competitive market structure, if at all there's a monopoly, the law of supply won't hold true. Yeah, so this is not the case. So competitive market structure has to be there. Second is firm should aim at maximizing profit. This is also true. Third is the technology and price of the inputs remain. That is also an assumption. So therefore here all of the above is the correct answer to this question, which talks about the assumptions of law of supply. I hope the question is pretty much clear. Let us now move to the next question. The next question is you need to pay attention to this question, because the question says as the prices of inputs decreases, inputs in the process of production, I am saying as the price of inputs decreases, the supply curve shifts: A, rightward, B, leftward, no shift, and none of the above. So here let us look at how we can see the shape of the supply curve per se. So here what I am saying is, as the price of, this is quantity supplied on the x-axis, y-axis is looking at price. So let us draw our usual supply curve. Yeah, so SS is the supply curve which I have. Now what is happening is the price of the commodity remains the same, but my cost of production is going to go down as the input, the price of input is going to, the price of input is going to go down. So as a result I will supply more quantities of that particular good in the market, and therefore my supply curve will shift this side. Okay, it will shift this side. Yeah, so earlier when the price was P1, I was supplying Q1, and the price, when the price was P2, I was supplying Q2. Now, given the fact that the price of inputs has gone down, the price of good remaining the same, the price of input has gone down, that means my cost of production has gone down, that means I will supply more units of that commodity in the market, and as a result my supply curve shifts to the right. So this is the correct answer. And now you can see that earlier it was at P, it was at price P1, it was only Q1, but now I will supply more Q1 dash. Similarly, when the supply curve shifts at the same price P2, I am supplying Q2 dash. So we can see the difference between that. So this is the rightward shift. It happens when the price of inputs go down. Okay, so this is how you can see the shift in supply curve when the prices of inputs go down and there's a rightward shift. The shift is on the right hand side when you look at the graph per se. So I hope this question is pretty much clear, question number 8. Now let us look at question number 9, which talks about as the price of input increases. Now the prices of inputs are going to go up. Now what will be the kind of supply curve shift which we are going to witness? Whether it will be rightward, leftward, no shift, or none of the above. So we know rightward when it happens when the input prices go down. In case of input prices going up, the shift will be leftwards. So that means the shift would look like something like this. Okay, let us assume this is quantity supplied. Okay, this is the price. Again, this is S dash, the new supply curve which is shifted. This is my original supply curve. Quantity supplied was Q1, price was this. At P2, quantity supplied was this. And okay, now what happens is the prices of inputs are going to increase, therefore now I am going to supply less quantity in the market. So what will happen is my supply curve is going to shift at this point now. Okay, it will be somewhere here, S dash, S dash. So at the same price now I am Q1. Okay, so at the same price I am going to supply lesser units of a commodity. Yeah. Okay, so we can see that the supply of this is talking about the quantity supplied. So as the price of inputs go up, I am supplying lesser units of that commodity in the market. So these were the two cases in which the shifts in supply curve can be seen. First was the rightward shift and the second is the leftward shift. Both the things I have talked about when it happens and how the shifts will look like graphically, and this is how the question is framed. So I hope both the questions are pretty much clear. Let us now move to the last question, which talks about identifying the supply curve. Very easy question. X-axis quantity supplied, y-axis price. So the first graph is a positively sloped graph, the second is a negatively sloped graph, the third is backward bending, and fourth option is none of the above. So here it is very clear that we see this sort of graph which is a positively sloped graph which is for supply curve. So therefore option A is the correct answer in case of identifying the supply curve. So this is the supply curve. Okay, quantity supplied on x-axis, price on y-axis, and there's a positively sloped curve. So I hope the questions are pretty much clear with respect to supply per se and also law of supply. In the next class I'll talk about elasticities of supply. So please stay tuned. Thank you.